Hi, my name is Jiamen Zhang. In today's video, I would like to discuss about the car manufacturing strategy, whether they would like to leave or stay in the UK under Brexit. Now let's begin with Brexit. I'd like to give a brief background of Brexit. So at 2016, the British government decided to vote for leaving the EU, and which caused the exchange rate has been floating and the pound has been depreciated. The weaker pound made it less attractive for foreign workers to work in the UK. Therefore, the unemployment rate has been increased. According to Adam Marshall, the Director General of the BCC, which is the British Chambers of Commerce, many manufacturers struggle to hire the right staff, and the government urgently need to recognize the difficulties of recruitment. And therefore, there is the biggest fall in car selling since 2008 financial crisis. So the data below just said that in 2018 there is a decrease compared 2017 and 2018. There is a 9.1% decrease in car manufacturing. So in today's game, I would like to introduce the two players, which is Nissan and Mini, and as it is considered to be the top two British bestsellers worldwide. Now let's begin. I would like to establish the normal phone game with two players, Nissan and Mini. So basically, the assumption of normal phone game is each player need to act simultaneously, and they will both have perfect information and rationality. So in this table, if Nissan and Mini would like to stay in UK, they both got 10 and 10 since the policy has not been changed, and this is our starting point. However, if one company decides to stay in UK and other company decide to live in UK, the company who like to live in UK will get an outcome of 9, since they will suffer a loss for relocating another EU place and need to set up a new firm. However, they would like to attract the majority of the EU customers. If the company decides to stay in UK while other company would like to live in UK, the company who would like to stay in UK will only get the outcome of 3, since they will only attract the UK customers and they have lost the majority of the market share of the EU customers. If both companies decide to live in UK, they both got an outcome of 5 and 5. Since the market share has not been changed compared to both companies to stay in UK, however, both companies will have suffering a relocation cost for finding another place to set up their new company in EU. What is the solution? The solution can be found with Nash Equilibrium, Payoff dominance, and risk dominance. First, Nash Equilibrium. The Nash Equilibrium tells us each player needs to add the best action according to their strategy, and there is no incentive to deviate. So to be more specific, suppose Nissan would like to stay in UK. In many points of view, they would like to stay in UK rather than live in UK, since 10 is always better than 9. However, if Mini decides to stay in UK, the same, from Nissan point of view, they would like to stay in UK rather than live in UK. Again, 10 is better than 9. If Nissan decides to live in UK, from Mini points of view, the policy has been changed. They would like to live in UK rather than stay in UK because 5 is better than 3. Similarly, if Mini decides to live in UK, and Nissan will always have to choose to live in UK rather than stay in UK. Again, 5 is always better than 3. So we have two pure Nash equilibriums here. Both companies stay in UK, which they both got the outcome of 10 and 10. And both companies would like to live in UK, which they both got an outcome of 5 and 5. So how can we do? First, I would like to introduce the payoff dominant. The payoff dominant just simply tells us that both companies would like to choose the highest outcome. In this table, it is obvious can see that if both companies to stay in UK, they both got 10 and 10, which is the highest outcome. The risk dominance. The risk dominance is the opportunity cost from removing the pure Nash equilibrium. From the first pure Nash equilibrium is the both companies stay in UK is 10 and 10. The risk dominance is 10 minus 9 plus 10 minus 9 is equal to 2. And the second Nash equilibrium is both companies live in UK is 5 and 5. So the risk dominance for the second pure Nash equilibrium is 5 minus 3 plus 5 minus 3 is equal to 4. Hence, the risk dominance is 5 and 5 for both firms to live in UK. Since there is a contradict between payoff dominant and risk dominant, and the firms will have an incentive to move outside the UK, since there is a risk dominant. From what the UK government to do to prevent this happen? Well, they would like to introduce a contingent cooperation, and they basically tell these two firms if both firms will have a cooperation and they would like to both stay in UK, the British government can just by cutting their tax and in order to help to increase their profits. Therefore, we set up this. If both companies would like to stay in UK, they both get an outcome of 20. However, if one company decides to live in UK and this negotiation has been broken, and no company would like to benefit from tax advantage. Therefore, under all these other circumstances, they both get 0 and 0. So after introducing this policy, both firms will have a huge incentive to stay in UK because they would like to get the tax advantage and get the outcome of 20 and 20. So if we come back to the previous data, 10 and 10, if both companies would like to stay in UK, they will plus 10 plus 20, they got an outcome of 30. Hence, the payoff dominant and risk dominant is the same for both firms to stay in UK. What conclusion have we made? Since the no-deal risk is rising, the government could give a small incentive such as cutting tax for firms to stay in UK, which can stimulate the UK economy. Thank you for your watching.